The second draft of the Kahnawà justice system will be undergoing hearings in the next several weeks. The first of several community consultations will be held this coming Tuesday, January 21st from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Karonhianónhnha School gymnasium. This law will have huge, and some say historic, implications for Kahnawà.
It's probably the single most important thing Kahnawà needs to focus on, not in only 2014, as you've said, and I'm quite surprised it's taken this long, and I want to hear some pundits in the community say you're rushing this through. I didn't realize it's been launched in the community since 2009. Now we're in 2014, in this month, hopefully getting it solidified and moving forward. We're talking about real jurisdiction. Everybody talks about jurisdiction and flying the flag. We've talked internally about small j, little j, sometimes tongue-in-cheek, sometimes not. This is the big J. This is jurisdiction. And it's just the beginning of the fight.
You know, we did a lot of the consultation, as you know, from the very beginning. A lot of outreach with the community, trying to get their initial input. And remember, they drafted this from scratch. So we took everything that they had to say, any comments they had or suggestions, and kind of crafted it in that vein. The technical team had the opportunity to review it again before it went out to the community to ensure that from the members from the community that were selected that sat on the technical team that we actually employed or took the concepts that the community had there. They were satisfied with it. They actually signed off on it, which is good. And now we're asking the community, did we get it right? If we did, maybe there still needs to be a little fine-tuning or tweaking, or maybe there's explanations that are required within the specific sections of the draft act itself. And we're more than willing to provide that at the upcoming hearing.
The people have worked on this and have made this draft. It's not just something NCK did, because certainly it's not that. It's so well done, and anyone sitting there and reading it carefully will understand that it was done by the people. It's amazing. I invite people to look at it, to really look through it, look at the comments on the side margins. Wonderful. I was so excited about it when I went through it.
This is an evolving thing. It's something that's homegrown, if you would. It's from the bottom up. So there probably will be changes, in the future. But we need to start somewhere.
It's going to be difficult, not only externally, I think more importantly, internally. We've heard people criticizing the fact that there hasn't been enough support in the community, show of actual physical support at some of these hearings and meetings that have taken place over the course of the last almost 4 years now, moving forward. We're going to have that fight externally, but I think it's the single biggest challenge to overcome internally. So people who have questions, comments, concerns, we've been asking again for close to 4 years now. It's put up or shut up time for not the people who haven't said anything or the people who have said anything, for Kahnawà collectively. If we're going to drive this thing forward, it needs the support of the community. We've been saying all along, don't take us out of town. We don't want to go to Longueuil. We don't want to go to federal court. We don't want to have a different court of appeal, so on and so on and so on. Here it is, Kahnawà. Support it. Ensure that the court of Kahnawà becomes what it's supposed to be. And it's not saying that what we have now as the court of Kahnawà is not a good thing. Now it's taking that next step, like I said, into the big J realm. So the biggest challenge is support and ensuring that it gets I know some people don't like the word recognition, but I still choose to use that word recognition by the outside jurisdiction, saying we no longer have jurisdiction in cases A, B, C, through whatever. And the community has said, again, clearly and strongly, we don't want to deal with some of the larger criminal issues right now. Are we going to have to build a prison, those types of things? It's going to take a reciprocal agreement between us, the province of Quebec, departments of justice and so on, administration of justice through DOJ in the federal realm as well, to have that understanding authority that Kahnawà is of its own jurisdiction. So huge challenge.